Hi, everyone. Welcome to Primetime TV Show. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. With me is not Dennis Kelly, unless you want to do that man voice thing, right?
I can do the man voice.
Helena Trengata, who is my very, very dear best friend, and you've been on before talking about all kinds of great things during our What's Your Story segment.
There you go.
And Helena has had really quite a change in her life and where she's been going from where she was going, and we're going to talk about that in our next segment. But
detours.
I know, right? But I want to welcome you for joining us because we have a great show today. We're alternating my co-host about every other week or so we can do a show for women. We want you. If you want to be a guest, please write me, message me, because I'd love to interview you and have you come on board. Our whole mission in What's Your Story and the women's segment is to really to get a lot of our messages out there, to have women understand that you can follow your dream. You can go out and achieve anything you want just by having the mindset and the heart set. And so that's what we want to share with you. That's what Helena is going to share. Speaking of heart set, is that a good segue?
Mm-hmm,
I thought that was
fantastic.
too. Can I shamelessly plug you know what?
Absolutely.
Dancing with the Local Stars 2014. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. Please pray for me. After my lesson on Saturday, I've got Tiger Balm from head to toe. It's hysterical. But you know what? It's a feel-good pain. It really is, because I know I'm dancing for dollars here. And I have to tell you, I'm really getting some wonderful support with the amazing women, with Helena, with Maura Sweeney, who's going to be coming up, has a lot of dreams to share with you as well, to inspire you. But what Helena came up with was a great idea as an additional fundraiser for Dancing with the Local Stars. And she is actually a designer with Origami Owl and has been for quite some time, and offered to do a proceeds to go to the Dancing with the Stars for every locket that is sold. Well, inside this beautiful locket are these wonderful little charms that depict Dancing with the Local Stars 2014.
Actually, designed by Barbara.
Well, we sort of co-designed this together.
That's how we did.
And I can't tell you, I really, really appreciate it. I've been posting this on Facebook, so you wanted to present this on the show, and we can really do one of those pitches like I used to do on You Know What Network. But it's true. It's a beautiful locket that actually opens up. And
That's right. It's got a magnet that holds the charms inside, so you just pop it open right here on the side. And these are the charms that we decided to put together for Barb. So,
and the thing
you
is,
tell them about it?
I just want to show it here because we don't have a real close-up camera yet. We kind of like threw this on my producer today, but it's okay because you'll see.
We love you, John.
You can see this up really close and personal on my website on Dancing with the Local Stars 2014. But I have to tell you, my own passion for this is amazing because I sold just about anything you can think of under the sun in jewelry on the Home Shopping Network for 15 years. I never had anything like this, ever, ever. And what I love about it is it's so interchangeable. You can put your own little charms in here, add charms, and it makes such a wonderful gift. And for me, to be able to have this mean something for, my goodness, at 65, I'm out there doing a performance and Dancing with the Local Stars. Are you kidding me? I mean, it's crazy.
It's not just dancing, the Argentine tango.
So,
I mean, it's like amazing.
I'm telling you, so I can't thank you enough. So basically what you did is you set up 24/7. Now, that's wonderful. Who doesn't want to be able to shop 24/7? So
I do.
we both do. So Helena actually put up your event page. So I'm going to let you tell everybody about how they can order this. They can go on your site and place the order. Like right now, you can do that.
Absolutely. And so all the jewelry that's sold through Barbara's event page, which is accessible on Dancing with the Stars 2014, Dancing with the Local Stars 2014, the link is there, and you can go onto the website and order. You can order this locket. Obviously, this is the one that Barbara has designed. And what this has in it, I did want to tell you, is it has a 2014. It has a star because guess what?
A gold star, too.
A gold star. It has a little dancing shoe, which is so cute. And we have lots of glitter.
Well, of course.
Because, we all have to have our glitter.
We love our glitter. We love our bling.
glitter.
And it's just so sparkly.
And I thought there was something else and my mind is gone. But anyway, the whole point of it is, if you don't want this one, you can order whatever you want. And that's the lovely thing about Origami Island. What I love about it is the fact that it allows you to tell your story, what you're passionate about in your locket. So you can wear it in a bracelet and tell it in your locket on your bracelet. You can wear it in a little tiny one. And we have different colors and chains, and you can make it totally yours. So yes, this has been designed for her donations, for donation to charity. But anything you buy would be also be getting a donation for the charity as well.
I can't thank you enough.
You know.
I just love you for doing this. Really, I so appreciate it. And this is my story. This is my story in this locket, because for many years I danced here and there.
We didn't put the years old she is.
I think everybody knows that. It's on my Facebook page, but
we could put on there the numbers to do the Argentine tango at our age, because Barbara and I are almost the same age, is pretty amazing.
I think you're older though.
Yeah, just by 6 months.
But you are older. No,
I
I was messing with my brother-in-law the other day because it was his birthday. I said, "Happy birthday, Marty!" And I just want to remind you that you are older than me, only 2 months. But we do have a lot of fun, and I'm very honored that you put this together for me.
Would you like to put it on?
Sure, absolutely. Let's put this on.
So you just put it over your head.
I'm just going to put it over my head this time. Yep. And what's great about it is you'll have all kinds of different. You'll have all kinds of different sizes in necklaces,
right?
That
so
you'll be able to order.
Something right up here, or you can go longer. So.
And what I love about this is that magnetic closure right along the side, and it comes right back and closes really tight, so it keeps your charms in there. And this is really quite large. When you go to Helena's website, you're also going to see different plates, different affirmations that you may want to include. You'll also be able to see some really beautiful dangled beads and different things that you can add to this. But don't forget, you've got all the bling, all individually set stones all the way around this
44
locket.
Crystals.
44. Did you count them?
44 hand set crystals.
Wow.
No, I read the promo.
Oh, wow. See? I taught you good. Hand set. So the benefit of hand set is that they're not going anywhere, and you're going to really have a beautiful look. So we have a break coming up. I can't thank you enough. Look how pretty this is. It's not too big, it's not too small. It is just right. And if you get a longer chain, you can always double this up and hike it up if you want to wear it that way. So please go ahead and check it out on the page. What does the locket run right now for just the locket?
The locket is $44, so it's quite reasonable. Everything in this particular design is less than $100. So that's the other nice part about it, is you could buy the locket now, buy your chain next week, the charms as you go along. And we have really cute little Halloween charms and fall charms that are out there. So.
Really darling charms. So you'll want to check that out. We have a break coming up, and when we come back, we're going to do our What's Your Story segment. And Helena's going to share a little bit about what's been going on in her life and how she turned her life into completely a whole different realm with being an author-publisher. And we're also working on our book called Dance Life, Love, Inspire, Forgive, Enlighten. And that is all going to be, the proceeds this year is going to be dedicated to the Junior Service League, which covers the Pace Center for Girls. I was there a week ago Monday. What an afternoon. That was amazing. I will also be checking out the Wrap House that it covers, the Women and Children's Shelter. We've got the Lighthouse for the Blind, and so much more. I'm really passionate about this, and I'm probably driving you all crazy on Facebook. But I don't care, because I want to get the message out there. So
it's only one more month.
It's only only one more month. So there's my call to action.
It's time to make those donations, buy those tickets, buy the jewelry, so that because every dollar that Barbara raises goes for a vote for her.
Exactly, and I'm excited about it. So I want to thank you in advance, because I know you're going to help us do this and help us. You know what? Women and children living in the woods within 15 minutes from me is not acceptable.
No,
it is just not acceptable. The Pace Girls Center, from what I could see, was so amazing. They have such a wonderful program together, and we were led through the school with 3 of the girls, and it was just so amazing. They really, putting their lives together and are such an inspiration to even myself. So
I'm sure.
It's really great.
Sure.
So we're going to take a brief time out. When we come back, we're going to talk more about what's your story and how we can motivate you with making sure you're fulfilling your dream, no matter what it is, no matter what your age is, because age is only a number. We'll be right back after this.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonatti created, perfected, and patented the Bonatti spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonatti invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonatti spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonatti succeeds where others fail.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Hi, I'm Derek Brooks, former linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During my NFL career, I realized the importance of giving back and started my foundation, Derek Brooks Charities. We help Tampa Bay youth prepare for a successful life through our college prep and mentoring programs. Our goal is to see youth excel academically and develop strong characters and be better citizens for tomorrow. To further our mission, we've teamed up with Fun Night, a company that gives members access to thousands of nationwide discounts on products and services they buy every day. These include entertainment, retail purchases, dining, and travel. Best of all, 33% of every membership fee goes to the charity of your choice. We love being able to save our supporters money while giving them a unique opportunity to support our charitable work in the community. I invite you to consider using Fun Night to save money and give back to your favorite cause. Visit www.funnight.us to sign up now and get a free 30-day trial. Save money, help others with Fun Night, and support Derek Brooks Charities.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today. This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
The environment here is really kid-friendly, family-friendly. The parents are welcome to watch.
It's definitely been a different atmosphere since Dr. Becerra has come on. It's very inviting and welcoming, and the children just enjoy coming here all around.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just 1 or 2 options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
I'll tell you, this show is so great. It's wonderful to have you with us.
Absolutely.
And of course, Helena Tringata author publisher extraordinaire. We're going to be talking about what's your story, because everybody has a story. Before we took our break, we were talking about my story with the Dancing with the Stars. And you can wear your story with the lockets that we're offering, and you're doing this great fundraiser for me with the proceeds that will be going to the Junior Service League. But let's just rewind a little bit. I remember we've been friends for what, 3 years, 4 years?
I think it's 4 now.
It's getting up there.
Yeah, it might be almost 5.
So
we're still so young.
You were doing some things at the time and really kind of had an enlightening experience with really fulfilling your dream. And a lot of people don't give fulfilling a dream a second thought because they think it's so far away. What can you share with women that are tuned in here today with stepping into your dream and the greatness you were born with at any age, because age is only a number?
Well, Barbara was a big part of that, actually. I think we might have touched on this story a little bit when I was on a different segment, but I had gone to an event at her home, and we had another friend that was there. Her name is British, and British would be a great guest for you, by the way, here. And British made a statement about what would you choose to do if you had all the money if money were not an issue, if time were not an issue, what would you do? And I listened to a room full of women speak to that. Mm-hmm. And there were tears and there was laughter, and many of these women I didn't know, but it moved me quite a bit, because I had to leave. I had another commitment and I had to leave. And when I left that evening, and I just didn't know what to do with it. Do you ever have that feeling? It's like something major just happened in my life, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. It was like I'd been given a gift, but I didn't know what to use it for. And I called a friend of ours. We have a mutual friend named Alice Delgado, and some of you may know her. She's quite an angel. And I said to her, I don't know what had just happened, but I know that something major is going to change in my life. And she said, don't worry about it. Just put it in God's hands. So I did, and I started a coaching program that we were affiliated with at the time, and became a life coach. And I've been coaching people all my life. I taught Return to Love, which is Marianne Williamson's take on Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles, mm-hmm. Way back when. So I had been in banking. So for years I had coached people about their money and how to live on a better scale for their life, a better quality of life. But I wanted to speak to people at a heart level. And so I became a coach. And Barbara before me, Barbara became a coach, and we've been coaching together for so long now. And we became certified vision board coaches. And I've had one, in fact, speaking of PACE, I did a vision board session for the girls at PACE.
I remember that.
Many years ago.
And you were on the board.
And then I went on the board for a couple
Mm-hmm.
of years.
Mm-hmm.
So PACE is very dear to my heart. And those girls are I call them my girls. I love PACE, and I'm so tickled. That's one of the reasons I'm supporting Barbara in this, because we're friends, number one, but number two, because it's the PACE girls. They're just so near and dear to my heart, and I love the fact that that part of the monies are going from this charity event to support the PACE girls. And then one thing led to another, and I continued to coach, and I've heard the stories. Mm-hmm. You hear mm-hmm. the stories when you're coaching and you really sit down. How many of us now really listen? Mm-hmm. And so as a coach, you have to listen. It's a requirement.
Well, so you can give your feedback and help women help themselves and everything.
I don't ever shut up. And when I hear the stories, they just touch my heart. And then people started saying that they wanted to publish their stories, or they were looking to write a book. And I got started with that because my husband didn't want to write his book. He was already published. He was doing book number 2. I said, we need to e-publish. And he was like, oh, yeah, but he didn't want to do any part of that. So I just said, I will do it. So that was the beginning of another learning process. And we were talking to Maura before the show started, and you'll be meeting her in just a few minutes, and she's very exciting. But she's talking about starting a new career or doing something new at a certain age. Well, I'm at retirement age. And I'm starting something new almost every day. So I love what I do. I love the fact that I've published, I think I'm about 42 books now, and I've published cookbooks and children's books and fiction books and nonfiction books and touching to the heart books. And I've met wonderful people, and to be able to be a part of this Dance Life book is so special because it's tell them what life stands for.
Well, you know, Dance Life really came about, it was just divinely guided to me because I do love dancing, but I also love life. And I wanted to do something that people could relate to as a result of the work we have to do in our personal growth and development. And so life is, for me, and what I've grown from is love, inspire, forgive, and enlighten. And if you can do those 4 things, sounds like a piece of cake? Not so much. Many times it takes a while to get there. So I thought I had to arrive myself in that position to be able to even talk about it or even share that with any women, young women, mature women. It doesn't matter. But it spills over to the guys too, because after all, we're kind of all in this together, you know, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends. And there's so many things that I've noticed out in the crazy world that we live in, this planet that offers us challenges every day. If we can just figure out the way to master these different concepts, then we're on a better road, we're on a better journey. And that's what I'm so passionate about this, is because we actually, I got it. It fell. It's my microphone. Anyway, it'll be okay. So
she's a pro.
Live TV, right? So anyway, I said, let's do this Dance Life. You like the idea too. What we want to do is actually interview women. You could be one of those women and tell us what your story is. And that can make a big difference in this book because all the proceeds are going to be going to the Junior Service League. So we would really appreciate that. We're also going to be interviewing young girls as well. So if you have a friend, a daughter, a sister that you might want to get involved with this Dance Life book, it will really help out a great deal. So, and I can't thank Helena.
Bring us your inspirational stories.
Absolutely.
That's the whole
Tell
point,
us
is we want to be able to share that, so that, because if you share your inspiration, you inspire others to step into their greatness, and that's what we're really all about.
And exactly. And you know, sometimes that doesn't come early on in life because we have to learn these lessons. I finally figured that out.
Darn it.
Darn it? What? But you know what? That's what puts the sparkle in your eye when you have that aha moment, like you did at my house when we said, geez, if you had all the money in the world and money wasn't an object, you had all the material electronic devices and everything, and you didn't need anything else, would you actually be doing what you're doing right now? I'll put that question out to you. Would you be doing what you're doing right now? Or is there something deeper inside of you that you'd like to develop? Because we can help you do that. And I tell you, this Dance Life book, I'm very excited about it. We're going to try to get that published here within the next couple of months. It's not going to be a real long book. There will be some excerpts of coaching in there to give some little tips and things like that. And we just want to give back. Our young community really needs as much help as they can get. And I now have a platform with a loud voice and a lot to say.
But you haven't spoken in your man voice yet.
I tried doing a man voice, and she said,
"This one's for you, Kelly."
I tried to. Anyway, so we do have a lot of fun here on Primetime. You know, it's funny because when I wasn't sure what to call the show, and I ran this by my husband and everything, and we go, well, let's call it Primetime TV Show because that's a nice umbrella that we can fit anything right under it. And we're firm believers in age is only a number, and there's so many people that don't retire at the typical age, like us. I mean, I feel like I'm just starting all over again, and I know you do as well.
And isn't it exciting?
It is exciting.
Can you imagine being one of those people like our parents who just kind of sat in the rocking chair till the end came?
No. There's so much to still learn about life, and so much to give back
That's
in
the big
ip
issue.
And so
Giving
much
back.
So much to dance it out.
Dance it out.
Dance it out. That was in the
dance
video
it
I
out.
saw today. So we have just a couple of minutes. You want to give your phone number or your website so that if anyone wants to order
Well, you know,
my
I'm
locket,
always looking for people who want to join my team. My phone number is 727-457-9391. The website is on the, to order the jewelry is on the screen. And I just want to share with people and help them share their story, whether it's in words, which I do with publishing your book, or if it's in jewelry, then you can share your passions in your locket. Because when you tell your story, it empowers others. I had a woman say to me one time, I don't want to tell my story. Why should I want to tell my story? Why do I, And I thought to myself, that's too bad. That's too bad you don't want to share. Because when you don't want to share, that means you're hiding something. And when you're hiding something, it's hurtful to you. It's hurtful. It doesn't hurt other people, but it hurts us when we hide things.
Exactly, and you can't grow that way either. But I want to thank you for joining us, and I also want to mention that if you go to primetimetvshow.com, on the far left, you'll see the link where you can donate directly. And that way, like we said before, for every vote or every dollar, that's one vote for My Dancing with the Local Stars 2014. And everything goes to the Junior Service League, and it's a safe link that John, our producer extraordinaire, put up on the primetimetvshow.com. And I will.
And you can attend the event.
That's right.
October 21st at Sparta Manor in Newport Richie. You can come and see Barbara dance.
Yikes.
How exciting.
Scary. It'll be fun.
We'll get some video and we can show it on our show.
Maybe. You never know. Thank you, my love. It's so great to have you here, and we'll have you back again, too, because we want everybody to get their hands on this locket. I know you're going to love it, especially if you like to express yourself, if you love bling, if you love something that is from your heart. You're going to love the locket, and you're also going to love the story behind it. And you can add some of your own little personalized pieces as well. So we're going to take a break. When we come back, we have Maura Sweeney, who has another great story to share with you. And I hope you can stay with us because it's going to definitely be worth your while. Stay with us. We'll be right back after this.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Hi, I'm Derek Brooks, former linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During my NFL career, I realized the importance of giving back and started my foundation, Derek Brooks Charities. We help Tampa Bay youth prepare for a successful life through our college prep and mentoring programs. Our goal is to see youth excel academically and develop strong characters and be better citizens for tomorrow. To further our mission, we've teamed up with Fun Night, a company that gives members access to thousands of nationwide discounts on products and services they buy every day. These include entertainment, retail purchases, dining, and travel. Best of all, 33% of every membership fee goes to the charity of your choice. We love being able to save our supporters money while giving them a unique opportunity to support our charitable work in the community. I invite you to consider using Fun Night to save money and give back to your favorite cause. Visit www.funnight.us to sign up now and get a free 30-day trial. Save money, help others with Fun Night, and support Derek Brooks Charities.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today. This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
The environment here is really kid-friendly, family-friendly. The parents are welcome to watch.
It's definitely been a different atmosphere since Dr. Becerra has come on. It's very inviting and welcoming, and the children just enjoy coming here all around.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into Primetime TV Show. It's great to have you with us. I'm one of your hosts, Barbara Marville Kelly. My husband, Dennis Kelly, has the day off today. With me is Maura Sweeney. Maura, thank you for joining us.
I'm thrilled to be here.
Thank
you for the invitation.
That's all we've been talking about now since we first met when you ended up at our Wisdom of Ages meetup one Thursday evening.
Yes.
And it was so
and I was
great.
almost overwhelmed because you had so many kind and embracing people.
Weren't they wonderful?
I loved it.
I know.
I loved it, Barbara.
And you fit right in. Maura couldn't understand, in a sense, why she was there, but once you saw what we're doing, like minds, consciousness, and all positive, you fit right in.
I almost fit in too much, and I thought, where did all these people come from? Because everyone was, even though people had different interests, everyone was of a similar mindset, and that they enjoyed the idea of getting together, exchanging ideas, sharing all that they had, and there was just a genuine heart to it, and that is what so inspires me.
Well, you must have attracted that to yourself.
I don't know.
You must have. But I have to tell you about Maura, because that night I learned so much about Maura. Maura, you went to law school. That's what your folks wanted you to do. Mm-hmm. Can we just talk about that? Because we were saying just before.
I wouldn't be where I am today if I wasn't supposed to be a lawyer.
I know, right? But how many of us go down that path? And we really want to go down this path, but we go down this path.
Yes.
And some of us keep going down that, and we don't discover who we really are, who we really want to be or do. But you did that.
Barbara, that's an excellent point. I grew up, probably like many girls, I enjoyed being a people pleaser. Mm-hmm. And I was just groomed from an early age to be a lawyer living in New Jersey, which is where I grew up. Now, I always put those two together because although I grew up in New Jersey and I did enjoy the shore in the summers, I am a warm weather person. Mm-hmm. And so my mind was, get me to the warm weather. Notice we've been in Florida for over 30 years. And the second piece of it was, I'm an idea person, and I'm also a creative. And so the whole idea of Maura's going to be a New Jersey lawyer, all I could imagine was living in a box. Now, I don't know if you have a photograph. You probably don't. That I sent to you yesterday. If you could have seen me back in 1982, I had already finished college. I was a political science major, and then I took a second major for myself. But I went back to law school, as a graduate student in the state of New Jersey, I was halfway through and I was studying in downtown Newark at Seton Hall. And the closer I got to graduation, the heavier I felt. Because back then, if you went to law school, not many people did, you practiced law, and if you didn't, you looked like a loser. And all I kept thinking is, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to do this for the next 40 years. I'll have to live in a state that I really did not want to stay in. And secondly, I'm gonna have to be in a career that requires a lot of commitment, and I'll be doing it for the next 40 years. And frankly, you could look at it both ways. You could say, wow, wasn't that great of you that you left? Or did you quit? In my mind, all I felt like every day that I was a walking zombie, and that literally the closer I got to graduation, and I quit midstream or a little bit beyond that, but I really felt like I was losing my soul. And I thought, there's got to be more to life than this. I want to do what I love. And the crazy thing, Barbara, was I didn't know what I wanted to do because I was only groomed for one thing.
But you knew what you didn't want to do.
Yes.
Because you had that aha moment. The bells were going off. You were feeling this heaviness. That was your heart speaking to you.
I know it. It was like ready to go, bye-bye, bye-bye. But here's the great thing, and this is something I share with everyone. I am such a believer in ultimate benevolence. I believe that there's a good ending to every story. I wasn't kidding when I said I would not be Maura For You today, which is my brand name, had I not been groomed to be something I was not.
Sure.
I know what it's like to feel like you're being separated from your own identity. And so I spent many decades just constantly following different things I was interested in. I ended up in business. I was a homeschooling mom to our daughter for a while, helped my husband in business. I did so many things, and I actually did them quite well. But in each new stage, I would say, I was able to explore another part of myself. And also, interestingly, the older I became, the more free I became to be more and more of myself. So
Makes sense.
I took everything that I had in my background and I kept adding and adding and adding.
Yeah.
And even as a leader, it was funny, in the telecom industry for 10 years, I had opened up and managed a number of branch offices. I loved working with people. I loved finding their talents, and different people in the same office that had different talents, and we would pull them all together. I mean, we ended up with, at one time, we had the top office in the nation out of 34. Now, Tampa at the time was not that big. 34 national offices.
That's
We had
amazing.
branch office of the year with higher rates than General Telephone did. So that in itself is is a miracle. But I enjoy finding people's talents, inspiring them toward that end, and I just find that it really makes people happy.
Of course, and you know what? Either we get it or we don't. And part of what I really think our mission is to help others find their happiness. And just like Helena was talking about, stepping into your greatness. We were all born into this wonderful greatness of life, and if we can just really appreciate it and live every day as if it could be our last, because it might very well be. It's true. So I think your story is so motivating for other women out there that maybe have been caught up in following somebody else's dream as opposed to their own. Now, is it ever too late to follow your dream?
No, I think I'm full of stories about why it is never too late.
I know. In fact, before I don't want to lose any time here. Okay. I want to make sure that we actually have your website behind us, and you have
Maura For You.
Maura For You.
Because I'm always
perfect.
for you.
It's perfect. I love it.
I don't know how not to be for you.
I love it. And you know what? Maura comes up to me. She calls me and says, I saw you dancing with the local stars, and I want to get a bunch of women together, and I want to help support you and get tickets and donations. She's doing it.
Why wouldn't I want to help you? You're fun. You're doing something for a good cause. You're dancing.
I know. That's going to bring up another subject when we come back from our break here in just a little bit. But really and truly, this is what I call a woman who walks it, or talks it and walks it. You talk it, you walk it. She's authentic. And when she's saying she loves to go out and help people, bring people together, and then I get this phone call and this email and this text, and I'm going, alrighty then, And we had known each other for what, a week?
I know.
2 weeks maybe, something like that. And that's what bringing people together is all about.
And I love that.
And you can tell, your personality, you can tell that you are authentic. It's coming from your heart. And that's just a way to live life.
I always thought so.
You and I have so much in common. When you sent me your bio and your ebook and everything, I'm telling you, I had check marks after every paragraph going, yeah, I agree with that, I agree with that. This is just going to be fabulous. Then I got to the dance part. And Maura and I have really, really followed, we've been kind of like along the same path when it comes to dance, because I'm going to let you share what happened to you as far as dance. Because here, you did a performance, and it was quite an experience for you.
My goodness, my goodness. Well, it's it's the first in my series of ebooks. And it's called Exiting the Comfort Zone, Dance or Die. And from the time I was a real little girl, I told you I was a creative, I watched American Bandstand on a Saturday morning and I thought, oh, look at those happy kids dancing. And they were all together. So you get that's my common theme here.
Yes.
And they have the skirts and they're swinging around and I thought, oh, do I want to dance? Well, it really was not in the cards for me. I ended up learning how to play the piano. I did some artwork and I was the girl who was going to be the New Jersey lawyer. So I really never developed any of those physical skills until I was almost 50. And I brought up our daughter, who's our only child, to really follow what she loves. And one of the things she happened to love was dance. She called me one day and from St. Pete College, and she said to me, Mom, they have Intro to Dance. I think it's time for you to take it.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, take it. And she said, Mom, don't worry, it's not 5-year-olds and tutus. So I thought, all right, I want to be a good example for my daughter, and I wanted her to see that at any age we can always grow and do things. I didn't know what I signed up for because we get to the first class, Intro to Dance, and I realize that there are people that have had up to 7 years of previous dance experience in this class. They had been on competition teams. I guess they were taking the class because it was an easy A. I get to that class, I said, hello, my name is Maura Sweeney. I had one dance class in November of 1962. This is my second dance class. Now, I would have found that to be hysterical.
Oh, dear.
Nobody else in the class laughed, and I thought, I'm in big trouble. Anyway, I failed the class twice. This is a perfect example of a woman who was not about to say die because I always wanted to dance. And I ended up on the stage of St. Petersburg College. I don't want to ruin the story for everybody. I hope if anyone would like it, write to me, Maura@MauraForYou.com, and I will even send you the story. But I just about ruined it for 11 people on the team, and it was the night before we went live, and I thought, I have no idea what's going on here. I was so scared, so petrified that I couldn't even hear what was going on. I didn't know what was going on with the other players, and everything was so interpretive. It was unbelievable. I had to hire one of the young girls from my class to be a special instructor for me. She had to draw pictures. She used different colors. It was like working with somebody that had a major learning disability. But the end story of all of this, Barbara, after failing 2 classes, after having kids in class laugh at me, literally, and they should have been laughing at me. I was so frightened out of my mind that a few years ago, I was in another dance class, and I happen to enjoy this all the time. I mean, I've taken multiple classes, and one of the women, the instructor said to me one day, well, Maura, this ought to be very easy for you. You're such a natural. And I said, a natural? Where is Alan Funt with the candid camera? Because anybody that has been following my life knows I was anything but a natural, and I thought all it took was what? 700 hours of classes. I know now I'm a natural at dance. I will tell you this, I am so happy. And people have read my story and they said, Maura, if you could learn how to dance, I could conquer the world. And I did it starting at 50 years old.
Yeah.
And now I'm 56.
See? And so you can put,
and I'm pretty decent. Not great, but I'm pretty decent. And I'm having fun, which is the big thing.
That's the biggest thing, having fun. We have just a minute to break, but we're going to share more with Maura for you. And we want you to go ahead and get her ebook, which is really fabulous. It's not a real big, long book, but boy, I'll tell you what, it is impactful. It has some really great tips in there that we'll share a little bit when we come back after the break. Call your friends. We still have a few minutes left in our primetime TV show, so we'll be back right after this.
Revolutionary in his field, Dr. Bonati created, perfected, and patented the Bonati spine procedures. Using his genius, Bonati invented precise tools necessary to minimize surgery, scarring, anesthesia, and recovery. So successful are the Bonati spine procedures, they consistently reflect over 94% patient satisfaction. 45,000 successful procedures have been performed exclusively at our location. Nearly half our patients suffer from failed back and neck surgeries at other facilities. Bonati succeeds where others fail.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Hi, I'm Derek Brooks, former linebacker for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. During my NFL career, I realized the importance of giving back and started my foundation, Derek Brooks Charities. We help Tampa Bay youth prepare for a successful life through our college prep and mentoring programs. Our goal is to see youth excel academically and develop strong characters and be better citizens for tomorrow. To further our mission, we've teamed up with Fun Night, a company that gives members access to thousands of nationwide discounts on products and services they buy every day. These include entertainment, retail purchases, dining, and travel. Best of all, 33% of every membership fee goes to the charity of your choice. We love being able to save our supporters money while giving them a unique opportunity to support our charitable work in the community. I invite you to consider using Fun Night to save money and give back to your favorite cause. Visit www.funnight.us to sign up now and get a free 30-day trial. Save money, help others with Fun Night, and support Derek Brooks Charities.
This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
My name is Dr. Becerra from New Tampa Pediatric Dental, providing a comfortable atmosphere in early dental care. Gives kids a great start for healthy teeth and gums for life.
When I go to Dr. B, they don't do anything to hurt you.
I used to be afraid, but I'm not now.
I'm not afraid of the dentist anymore. I love to see Dr. B. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today. This is one bee that loves going to the dentist because it's made for you and me.
The environment here is really kid-friendly, family-friendly. The parents are welcome to watch.
It's definitely been a different atmosphere since Dr. Becerra has come on. It's very inviting and welcoming, and the children just enjoy coming here all around.
My middle son did not like to come to the dentist, but now he loves to come to the Beehive.
You don't have to be afraid to go to the dentist. Call New Tampa Pediatric Dental today.
Everyone's story is different, so why be limited to just one or two options? With Norcom's Norflex Home Loan, you're given the flexibility to tell your story. Pick your terms from 8 to 30 years, all while maintaining a low, fixed mortgage rate. You can pay off your loan more quickly or choose a term based on your budget and timeline. Whatever you do with the Norflex Home Loan, make it part of your financial plan. Norflex, short-term, long-term, your terms. Apply online at norcommortgage.com.
And here we are back at Primetime TV Show. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and with me is Maura Sweeney. An absolute delight. I feel like I've known you for forever. I really do.
I know, it's very
We
funny,
have so
Barbara.
much in common.
We
It's
do.
so great. We were just talking about fulfilling your dreams, stepping into your greatness, and Maura was sharing a little bit of her story, and now...
About my backstory is that I didn't want to be a New Jersey lawyer.
Exactly. And so you didn't.
And I was not, and I was just so happy that I didn't have to be a New Jersey lawyer.
You said, I'm out of here, right? So you are now a journalist.
Yes, I am.
And you've done this later on in life.
I did.
And you are loving and embracing life.
If I could tell you, Barbara, I love it more than you can imagine.
Now, why is that?
Because I am using everything that's important to me, every skill that I have, every interest I have, and let me say my influence to share it with other people through every form of media. I actually started with videos. They were called More For You. My husband gave me that title. He said, would you please stop asking me questions? He said, I'm going to put you on camera. We're going to call you More For You. You could ask the question to somebody else, and they were always inspirational questions. And he said, we're going to put you on YouTube. Well, that was over 200 videos ago.
Wow.
And then soon thereafter, I started writing a few blogs, and my blog started growing, and Everything I write about is helping to inspire others, even as I'm inspiring myself, to find happiness from the inside. And one of the nice things that happened is my husband and I came back from a trip overseas. We were gone for about a month last summer, and I opened up one of my emails, and I said, well, this is funny, Huffington Post. I said, I knew I sent them an article eons ago, but I haven't sent them anything lately. They decided to give me my own portal. So I'm on their official blog, and I'm a regular contributor.
That is amazing.
Well, you know what was so great for me? Is that they wanted someone who was writing about finding your life's happiness, doing what makes you happy, and that's really what I write about. So I love that. I've written some of my ebook series, and in each way that I communicate, it's always to give people an opportunity to think about their own life through a different lens.
Sure.
You know, a lot of times we find limitations. Oh, I can't do that because I'm too this, I'm too dumb, or I didn't do well in that subject in school. And the truth of the matter is, if you have something that you really do want to do, it does take some time to learn, to overcome, to stretch yourself, to get past your ego, to get past a lot of that mental space.
Well, it's getting out of your own way, because when we get out of our own way, then we're just so much more open for other ideas to come in, those aha moments. You had that aha moment when you were going to law school. I mean,
did.
and just imagine how many years that, gosh, if you would have gone through that and lived in that little box that you knew at a very young age, this was not for you.
Right. And but here's the crazy thing. Had I not been groomed to be a New Jersey lawyer, I literally would not be more for you today.
That's right.
Everything in me oozes with the whole idea, whether I'm talking to an 8-year-old child or a 65-year-old person, what is it that you love, or what did you enjoy doing when you were a child? What did you dream about? Do you know there are things that you can do today that may not appear exactly as you might have dreamed about them when you were a child, but there are so many ways they can be manifest if you just pursue what it is that you love. And I think I'm a perfect example. Do we have time for me to share 2 funny stories about being a journalist?
I was just going to ask you to share that.
All right. I think I should offer this. You know, a lot of times in life we will dabble in different things.
Sure.
And when I was in high school, I was the editor of our newspaper. And I was very happy about it.
How does that not surprise me?
But I get to high school, to college, and I'm suddenly realizing I'm getting terrible scores in my comp class. And I went to the teacher thinking, is there a problem here? She said to me, yes, you can't write. I said, I used to be the editor. She said, well, you might have been the editor, but it doesn't mean you know how to write.
Oh, gee.
So I worked with this woman, or she worked with me all year long, and she helped me learn some of the fundamentals. But things have gone on since then. All right, let's go fast forward. I have continued in many ways writing, and I've had plenty of experience along the way, but this I thought was so funny, and not many people can say that in their mid-50s they're actually acknowledged for something that they never knew exactly what they were going to do, but they love what they're doing, and after pursuing it for so long, it's like the world is saying, aha, yes you are.
See?
A few months ago, I was in Liverpool, England, and I'm always looking for inspiring stories. So who's in Liverpool? The Beatles come from Liverpool. So I'm doing a lot of research, and the crazy thing was, and all the time I'm doing the backstory of the Beatles, I am walking from my hotel down to the waterfront, past the BBC, and yet the light's not going on for me. Now, who would be playing Beatles music with the BBC? And all of a sudden I thought, oh, the BBC, let me go in and interview somebody there. I get in, and the receptionist obviously understands my background. She said, well, let me see if there's anybody here that could help you out. So I'm expecting an older person who remembers the story. As it turns out, no one was there for me to speak to interview, but instead, I find that I'm invited in by the BBC for a 20-minute, 25-minute interview. It was the drive time interview for Liverpool's BBC Radio to talk all about my perceptions of life in America. We talked about the royals. We talked about the differences in government. Every single thing I love, everything I read about, everything that's me is all that I was being interviewed by.
Isn't that amazing how that turned out that way?
I thought that was hysterical.
Oh,
and
my
again,
goodness.
I'm saying, where's Alan Funt and the cameras? Because this is very funny. I'm getting interviewed as...
So you turned it around.
But by accident.
Yes.
By accident. I'm thinking, how did this happen? But here, the BBC thought it was great. Now, the funny thing that happened after that interview is 2 days later, I've moved to Scotland. I go into my phone, I'm looking at some of my emails. As it turned out, the Vanity Fair magazine, and everybody would remember this, had a cover article a few months ago, and it was the story of Monica Lewinsky, who had had the affair with President Clinton. They immediately called me. They said, we want an American journalist's opinion on this. And I thought, how wonderful. I had only done a piece on that, reflecting back on it, and it was in the Huffington Post a few months prior, and I thought, this is like made for me. How did this happen? Unfortunately, I was out of the country, but I had another funny story that happened after that. As I said, I'm always looking for inspiration. It's my last day in Scotland, and I learned that there's such a thing called the Britannia yacht. Now, I didn't know that it existed, but it was the floating home of the British royals. It was also the very floating home that Charles and Diana had their honeymoon on. And I thought, I'll go to this place. This sounds really interesting. It was open to the public. It had been decommissioned. So as I'm traveling about the ship, all of a sudden I thought, I'm getting quite inspired here. Let me ask if I can interview one of the tour guides. And the next thing I know, he said, oh, Maura, we would be so honored. This is what happened. And I hope people go to my website and even look, because they may laugh. But you have to almost be inside my mind to say, this can't be happening to this lady in her mid-50s who didn't know she was going to be her own journalist late in life. But I get ushered in to the main drawing room of this royal yacht that played home not only to the royals but to every American president that was entertained there. Frank Sinatra, Noel Coward. It was just an incredible space. Now, I'm doing the interviewing in this beautiful drawing room, but I'm being filmed by the communications director of the Royal Britannia yacht.
Oh my goodness.
And I turn around and suddenly behind all of the, the velveteen dividers, because the public was not allowed where I was, there's a whole crowd looking at me, and I'm thinking, this is hysterical to me. I wish somebody else is here to laugh with me. And then, after I'm all finished with this little video interview that I do, I'm going on my way to get onto my next train back to London, and I see there's a Twitter notice for me saying, More for you. Thank you so much for coming to visit us at the Royal Britannia yacht. And then, as it turned out, they had shared my blog that I did. I had people at the Beatles Experience in Liverpool share a blog that I did. So it's just very funny. If you enjoy what you're doing, it's not even work, and it really is. It's having your dream come true at any age.
At any age, and that whole, the universal law of attraction comes into play so many times. And when you're following that dream, it's like, whoop, you just attract it to you. It was meant to happen that way, and you just beam telling that story. When you went to interview,
I had so much fun because it was hysterical to me.
I love it. I love it. Before we close our show, I want Maura to share where people can get your ebooks and where they can see your videos, and just
I can make
let
it
everybody
so
know.
easy. Maura for You. You could see me right there, MauraForYou.com. It's my name, and I'm always for you. And the reason why I send everyone there, Barbara, is that if they want to find me on Huffington Post, they can find me there. If they want to read my blogs, they could find me there. If they want to look at my books, they could find them there. I'm also a new podcaster.
Awesome.
So if you're a listener, a viewer, a reader, I'm for you. I've got you covered.
You do.
And go to Maura For You. You will find me there.
I love
it would be so much my pleasure to be able to share my inspiration with you, to let you know however old you are, whatever your circumstances are, whatever your background is, it does not make a difference. You pursue those things you love. The world is waiting for you. I even have a blog called that. The world is waiting for you.
You know, that I love that. I absolutely.
But
I'm going to have to see
true.
that, because it is. We only have 1 minute to close. I also wanted to mention my big thank you to you for helping me and supporting our Dancing with the Local
I'll be
Stars.
there.
I know
And you
you
know
will.
that.
I know.
Cheering you on.
You're my girl. I thank you so much. And we're going to have you back.
It'll be my pleasure.
We're having more amazing women back. In fact, mark your calendar for October 6th. We have Sharon Kistler, who started the Amazing Women Group about 6 years ago. We're part of that.
Yes.
Oh, I can't
She's
wait.
a wonderful collaborative force.
She is, oh,
Beautiful
talk about
woman.
a force. She really is. She's wonderful. So I want to thank you for joining us today on Primetime TV Show. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. And then I'll also be with you on Wednesday at 12:30 for My Chamber TV. So mark your calendar, and I'll see you then, Mara. Thank you so much. You're such a delight.
This has been my pleasure.
I know.
I'll see you dancing when you're Dancing with the Stars.
Of course. Thanks for being there.